So to start off the year, Cobra Kai Season 3 just dropped onto Netflix after having its first 2 seasons air on YouTube Red. You know, I had this big plan to watch all of Cobra Kai because I hadn't seen any of it until I started watching it for this video. But yeah, it was meant to come out on like the 9th, I believe, Season 3. So I had all like a schedule for when I watched Season 1 and 2. But then it got moved forward a week, so I had to binge it. Luckily, it's very short and easy to binge, so I had no problem with that. But anyways, here is my review of Season 3 of Cobra Kai. Right from the start, this season builds well on that Season 2 finale. It handles the aftermath of everything that happens in a lot of detail, and it's very well done. Some people, they struggle with coming to terms with what's actually happened to Miguel and what the consequences are. Others suffer trauma from that day at the high school, and certain people want to get their revenge on what happened to Miguel. You can probably guess who. This season isn't ashamed of the bad sequels of the Karate Kid movie. You know, the first one's great, the others not so great, but in a lot of movies which have brought back a franchise, they tend to not mention those bad sequels too much, but these ones, no, they're not ashamed of them, so that's a good thing because then they don't feel for nothing, as you do get some reward out of it. I'm not going to say who, but from the trailers, if you've seen, then you'll know. It's good to have some of those old cast members come back once again, just like we had in the previous 2 seasons. Even if they were the most ridiculous characters, I still had a great time seeing them back, and it really did put a smile on my face. Things got a bit cartoonish a bit towards the end of last season. It was very entertaining, but went to certain lengths where it didn't feel as realistic anymore. This season returns to those characters feeling normal and more grounded, and I loved seeing Miguel and Johnny's relationship once again. We actually get the best look into their relationship as Johnny's there to help him recover, and then they do some other things as well, which you'll see when you watch it. And on top of that, also just seeing Johnny be very inappropriate in public. Giving Kreese a bigger role this season benefited both the show and the character a lot. He's one of the more main characters this season, which he thrived in. We saw him as most evil, and we also see how manipulative he is and how he gets away with so many things, as he comes across as like this sweetheart, retired war veteran. So that's something new in this franchise, in this show, and I thought it was very interesting the way he manipulated people. In the past seasons, we've seen a lot of Johnny and Daniel interact, you know, with their rivalry conflict, but here is a bit more different. They kind of work together at times, and I was all for it. It was a great laugh again, it was great to see, and it tees up things nicely on a cliffhanger for Season 4. But moving into my cons, my negatives for this season, the character Robbie became one of the more main characters last season. He got a lot of screen time, but because of what happened in the Season 2 finale, with rolling into this season, there isn't much of him, which is understandable, but then they have this character arc for him. It just didn't feel like that would happen. No, the same things happened to him in terms of relationships with people that have happened in the past few seasons, so I'm not sure why they would make him do this certain thing which happens towards the end of the season. And just in general, the lack of him in this season does make him a bit forgettable. You know, we went from being one of the main characters last season to barely in it. Once again, I said it's understandable why, given the circumstances, but there's such a big drop in screen time for him this season. I liked how the characters were dealing with Miguel's accident individually, but on terms of all these characters being together, we didn't actually see it that much, and therefore when they do come together, they seem a bit rusty. They don't seem to have that flowing chemistry as much as they have before. And just like last season, the Cobra Kai students, some of the things they do are so over-exaggerated. It's even more over-exaggerated this season, as they're literally committing crimes which go unpunished, and there's something like that. Surely the police would have got involved like they did in the season finale, but nothing happens here. Even when it's around people in public, no police at all. So just a few minor inconsistencies with this season. However, don't let those cons distract you from the fact that this is another great Cobra Kai season, kicking off the year in great fashion. For me, it fits in right at home with the other seasons and continues the story in a good direction, which has me really excited for season 4 with quite a few cliffhangers. In terms of my rating for this season, I'm going to give Cobra Kai season 3 an 83%, and also expect a Cobra Kai ranking in the coming days, as well as a Karate Kid ranking, so make sure to look out for that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know what you thought of the 3rd season of Cobra Kai, and I hope to see you in my next video.